Hey YouTube, this is 24 Ops here. I wanted to bring up the subject regarding Splinter Cell Blacklist, this new installment from Ubisoft. Um, a couple of things with this particular situation regarding Michael Ironside, the fact that he's been replaced. Um, my personal opinion on this matter I will get to in a second, but I would say this opinion particularly is split 50-50. Um, you got the fans that care about the game in a different way, not so much as giving Michael Ironside credit for his role as Sam Fisher. And then you got the other 50 who likes the game for the same reasons, but also likes the quality and uh, the detail that they put into the game. Um, I believe for Ubisoft's decision on replacing Ironside is a poor one, for a couple of reasons. Um, One, you don't disappoint the fans by starting something and hiring somebody like Michael Ironside, somebody like Kiefer Sutherland, somebody like David Hayter, and then, years later, or is this in 2012 in this case, announce something like Blacklist and not have Michael Ironside. I mean, this entertainment industry is into reboots these days, and the reboots are, okay, so some are great and some are just downright terrible. Um, but this isn't just, a gaming issue. It's an issue as a whole, entertainment-wise. Uh, it would be like replacing Kiefer Sutherland as Jack Bauer. Um, and then to be with Michael Ironside for 5 games in the series, and then the sixth one they decide they just take him out. It's like that's a huge slap in the face to the fans who've stuck with it. Um, it's almost like it should just be a rule, and not only that, but the fact that the creative director is almost treating the character of Sam Fisher as if he can just be played by any guy. And with Sam Fisher, that's not the case. With Jack Bauer, that's not the case. Yes, they've done it with Bond, but Bond is, it seems to be something that, audiences are used to by now. They've had Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, all those guys. I don't really like Daniel Craig as Bond, and I don't think he fits the part. But as I get off subject here, my main point goes to for the same within regards to Splinter Cell. Eric Johnson, I'm not familiar with, but he does not fit the part. He doesn't sound the same. I think the fact that they say he's not trying to be Michael Ironside is, well, that if that's true or not, that's, and he's putting in his own persona of Sam Fisher. um, fine. But the fact that he's still trying to give him this gruffy sound voice is, I mean, it's like he's almost trying to still, get that in there, which is a big fail because to say that he's trying not to be Michael Ironside is something, is an opinion I just am not buying because I guess, he would sound different or he would try to make Fisher different. But the fact that the quality that Michael Ironside, sorry, gave Fisher, for me, it's taken the interest out because now Fisher's more like a G.I. Joe uh, gun ho type character, and that's not the same game I was playing. Like, what was it, 2 years ago with Conviction, and then all of a sudden, he's not. Sam Fisher's not a fugitive anymore. Now he's working with the president. You don't just go from being a fugitive to being in charge of well, in this case, with Tom Clancy, the third echelon, and something like, the CIA or anything like that. You just don't go from being a fugitive to being promoted overnight. So the story doesn't make sense for Blacklist as well. Um, I don't understand that. I mean, it would be like how they ended 24 with, well, for those who haven't seen it. But I suppose some would have by now. But with Jack Bauer being on the run after 8 days of serving his country, and then all of a sudden, let's say he gets promoted by the president. Somehow, when or if that movie comes out, I don't think they're going to go that direction because Jack Bauer's a fugitive. Uh, that would be like Jack Bauer being promoted overnight. So the story for Blacklist is not really making sense to me because the last time we saw Fisher, he was in Conviction and he was a fugitive. But the fact that he's being promoted by the president in this game is something I just don't think is interesting because I find it very unrealistic that you would promote a fugitive overnight. Um, I'm just not buying that, sorry. So for that reason also, this, Blacklist doesn't sound interesting. And just the overall quality that Michael Ironside's being replaced. Or, or decision, I mean, sorry. That he's being replaced is just a poor excuse. It is, I believe, a bad mistake, and which is why I believe the 50 that care about qualities in these games. Um, like The Last of Us, I will be getting in 2013. That game is highly detailed with the fact that you play as a survivor, and he almost operates as a soldier even though he's not one. And Troy Baker I wasn't too familiar with until Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So the fact that he's putting detail into Joel, this character you're going to be playing in The Last of Us in 2013, is, I think, remarkably detailed, aside from Naughty Dog putting detailed a detailed environment and things like that into the game. The character of Joel seems very detailed, and that makes for good quality. I mean, that makes for somebody who wants to buy it like myself and thousands others out there. So for me to have stuck with Splinter Cell for 5 games, Conviction's gonna be my last, because taking out Michael Ironside is just, it's like taking out the quality of it, which is a big mistake. And so the entertainment industry fails to see this opinion, and it's just not it's just not within this recent decision. It's within movies, it's within TV, it's within, seems to be any movie you seem to watch, there's always something that's a reboot. Um, Whether the industry's running out of ideas, I don't know. But if you start with something original and decide to finish it, finish it. Don't take out somebody like Michael Ironside and then still say this is the same Sam Fisher, because it's not. And it's just a slap in the face to the fans who stuck with it. Um, by taking out Ironside, I just think takes out the quality. And I saw the demo for Blacklist, and it's like the I don't know, the animation of him crouching, for one. I mean, I know it's an early demo, but he looks like he's walking as if he has a bad back, like when he crouches. I mean, it's just lazy development, I think, on Ubisoft's part, particularly the creative director, to make these kinds of adjustments and decisions. And, I'll put my money on real quality. Um, I'm not going to put my money on quality that lacks in games like Splinter Cell, who deserve real quality. And so until they bring Michael Ironside back, Conviction will be my last. Um, I'm just not really a big fan of the reboot thing. I'll make exceptions, like if they, like this Wolverine movie they've done, they did X-Men's Origins Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman was playing Wolverine. So I'll make exceptions for those, like if they have the same actor play the same role. But as far as replacing the actor completely, it just does not give you just don't get that same feel when you watch a movie or a TV series and find out that, hey, so and so has been taken out. It just I just believe that other 50 that care, that turns them off. And, to each his own. But my personal opinion is that this game has turned me off. Um, you know, I'm, gonna lean towards paying attention to other games. As Hitman, I'm leaning more towards a rent than a buy at this point. Blacklist, or excuse me, not Blacklist, but The Last of Us, I'm totally sold on, and I've only seen 2 demos that are basically the same. One's extended and one's not. Um, but I've only seen 2 versions of the same demo, and I'm already sold uh, because of the detailed effort that the game company is putting into it, and because of Troy Baker. And so when you got actors of that high of a caliber to participate, and whether it's movie or gaming or TV, um, you're gonna get me sold because of the details. I mean, it's almost playing like The Last of Us. It's almost like playing an interactive movie